highlight on what Will said, you got to find the community needs. You need to work with those community needs, see how the internet, how broadband can be a part of those needs, and then give people a reason to use the internet. You address those needs with the internet and then give them the internet now, and you need to maintain it. We talk about sustainability. We also need to have a web presence, as Tara mentioned. A web presence needs to reflect the strengths of the community, it needs to tell its story, and it needs to connect people together via social media and whatnot. Because it is no longer the word of mouth, but is now the word of mouse. Youth involvement is also very key. Josh and Sam touched on how youth can give perspective and labor to the community, and then the community can give back by giving a connection and give experience. So if we put all of those things together into an ideal community, our ideal community would have accessible internet for everyone because it is necessary and expected. It'll be in homes, in schools, in businesses, even on buses. Our ideal community will have web presence that is effective and allows people who live in the community to connect to one another, people who have a business in the community to market their business, and people who don't live there want to move there. Our ideal community will also have a youth involvement. This will give youth a reason to want to live there, a way to break the stigma, and allow them to start putting their input into the community that they want to live in. So if we want youth to live in our rural communities, we need to allow them to be a part and share in the community that now and for the future. So, if you guys have any questions, we would love to take them now. We encourage you to think outside the box. We also have our contact information, and then our individual contact information is in the books, packets. So, who wants to be the first? Any takers? Any takers? We'll go down front.
Oh, so it works for you. Okay. The question's always a comment. I can't remember unfortunately what you said. You talked about something that's I think so profound, which is if you don't have a decent website, if you don't have connectivity, if you don't put all the information that I want online, it's only like, okay, sorry, we'll check that one off and go on to the next. I thought that was a profound statement to make because it's certainly for people my age, even though I understand it intellectually, it still takes me by surprise. Emotionally, I don't know if that's true out there. I know when I look at communities, and I'm trying to understand their cultural community strategy, and I can't find any information about it, I think, but I know what they're doing, and where is it? It's fascinating. So, comment on that question.
Any response?
Thank you. I think young people get excited too, just to be like, yeah, that's my hometown. I know I Google Earth my home sometimes, and I show people at college, and I'm like, yes, this is where I live, and so I think giving students a connection online is very important, just enough to say like, yeah, this is where I'm from, if anything else. So, yeah, I think no, I can't. I could see my cows though. I think also students sometimes go back to their communities and they realize things have changed and they're kind of surprised and somewhat turned away from that. And so I know that would have been nice to have.
Yeah, we appreciate your thoughts about the fact that you want good jobs and your connectivity. Everybody does. A question in our area, one of the things we promoted in the past in terms of getting people to come back is access to the natural resources, to the outdoors, high quality recreation. Is that also something that's still important to youth or not?
I mean, the simple answer to that is, I mean, the resources we have at our small communities at our disposal are absolutely amazing. I mean, where else in Minnesota can you really go out there, sit by the river, and simply see the galaxy that you sit in? I mean, frankly, you can't always do that in Minneapolis or St. Paul. So, absolutely, and even in the people that I talk to, there certainly is that fear that Sam highlighted on, but at the same time, they say, this is where I'm from. This is my hometown. These are where my memories are. And frankly, I'm a country kid, and some of them can be pretty proud of that sometimes. But so.
I'd also like to add that I mentioned that work-life balance is much more important to this generation, at least noted by the generation specialists. And so having an outlet, having exercise places, having places where people can just go and appreciate nature, it's not only a fad of the time, but it's something that this generation is really clinging onto as an important priority for them.
Yes, I have a question for each of you. When you look at a community where you're going to want to live, what are the top three things, what would be the top three things on your list that you want to find on that website that will tell you about that community and entice you to live there?
Well, for me, I'm a studio art major, so I pretty much live creating things. So I would look for a really inviting website, something that's got lots of nice pictures and really easy to navigate. I'd also look for cultural and artistic events. Even high school theater is awesome. So promoting what your high school students are doing and promoting the community pride, which would be my third big thing would be to promote community pride. I like to go to places where they're welcoming and they're proud of where they're from and they have a connection, because if they have a connection, they're more likely to inspire you to have a connection as well. And you're going to be like, hey, I'm from here and they're from here and we all love it here.
First of all, there does have to be a job there for me. I mean, I'm not going to move somewhere where my fiance and I can't work, but also it's incredibly important to have a community, a sense of community, and not only a sense of people who in cliques know each other, but extreme community events, prairie days, and not only during the summer, but harvest festivals, snow day festivals, and it's something at least every season to show that this community is present all year round. And I think having that online really makes people think, oh, there's a lot of activism in this community, and it makes you think that there's a nonprofit presence. And for me, that would be the third key important thing, is to have outlets so that I can do environmental activism things, so that I can do fundraising and volunteering.